The Chicago YouTube Accelerator is coming up, and it's about actually getting it done. We've got our friends Jeff Hampton and Ryan Weber joining us to lead it because they're doing the thing. Ryan's biggest client, who happens to be his wife, is known as the real estate lawyer on YouTube and has over 95,000 subscribers. And Jeff's law firm channel, Hampton Law, is sitting close to 600,000 subscribers. These aren't people guessing at YouTube, they're in it, and they're laying out exactly what's working and how you can apply it to your firm. You'll dial in your niche, map out your content, script and film your first video, and build the back end so it actually turns into a system. We're in the last month before this event. If you want YouTube figured out this year, this is the place. Grab your ticket to the Chicago YouTube Accelerator at MaxLawEvents.com.
This is Maximum Lawyer with your host, Tyson Mutrux.
Welcome back to the Maximum Lawyer podcast. Today we're sharing a presentation from MaxLawCon 2025. Today's session is from Jeff Hampton, the attorney behind the Hampton Law YouTube channel. And he breaks down how he's used long-form YouTube content to build a real brand and drive real revenue. He shares the numbers, the lead flow, and the exact strategy he's using. In this talk, Jeff walks through why YouTube is the strongest long-game platform for law firm marketing, how it can send you consistent leads without constantly paying for more ads, and how to turn videos into digital assets that increase in value over time. This is Jeff Hampton's MaxLawCon session, How to Double Your Law Firm's Revenue by Building a Brand on YouTube.
All right, everybody. Next we have coming up Jeff Hampton. And Jeff is going to teach us how to double our revenue using YouTube video content. He has over 450,000 subscribers, receives 200 to 250 leads per month from evergreen content, and has built not one but two multi-seven-figure businesses using video content to leverage the business. So I'm really eager to hear what Jeff has to say, and I'm sure you are too, so welcome, Jeff. I left it on for you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. How many in here have a YouTube channel? Okay. Maybe I should have asked. And how many of you have a YouTube channel and it's actually getting you clients? Ooh, look at this. Very good. I saw somebody doing this. Right. And then how many of you want to start a YouTube channel, you just haven't done it yet? I love those faces. You just kind of look at me like, yeah, maybe. Okay. So today I want to talk to you about how to double your law firm revenues and build a brand on YouTube. And essentially part of how we do that is I always start with this first slide for any time I present. And if you were to ask me 3 or 4 years ago, is it possible to have a law firm YouTube channel with 156.1 million views, 4.8 million watch time hours, 281,000 new subscribers, and $191,000 in ad revenue in 12 months? I would have told you I don't think so. That's my YouTube channel, Hampton Law. Okay? It's a criminal defense YouTube channel, and in 12 months, that's the performance. Now, that's awesome, great, but the reason why I'm showing you this is that the future is limitless on YouTube because very few attorneys are doing this, and if they are trying to do it, and of course, y'all are the outliers in the legal community if you are trying it, but most attorneys are doing this completely wrong. They just have no idea what they're doing. Most of us don't know what we don't know. So what I want to show you today is I'm going to show you how to do some of this. I'm going to give you kind of a quick workshop. It's hard for me to do anything in 20 minutes, so I'm going to talk as fast as I can, okay? So how have I leveraged YouTube? Hampton Law, I'm about to crack 500,000 subscribers. I'm right on the cusp of it. Should happen in the next day. I've never run a single ad on any of my YouTube channels. Never. It's all organic. I don't have to pay for it, and it's evergreen. 15 to 20 million views per month on average. We have about $17,000 to $23,000 in ad revenue per month. But much more important than that, throw that out the window, is the extra 200 to 250 local leads per month that call in and they are ready to hire. And what I mean by that is they're pre-sold because they've been watching my content. They already know what I'm about and they already have built trust. There's been trust that's already been built. That has led to extra $2 million in client revenue for a criminal defense firm. This year it's looking at about closer to $2.5 million, and that's just from YouTube. We run ads and do everything else, but about 60 to 65% of our clients mention the YouTube video as a touch point that led to their decision. I also own a second law firm, a nationwide asset protection law firm for Airbnb owners, about as niche as you can get. And as a result of that channel only has a little under 6,100 subscribers. But through the techniques I'm going to show you here today, that's made us an extra $40,000 to $50,000 in revenue per month. Okay? So I'm going to walk you through some of these strategies. Now, some of you say, Jeff, come on, you say you make this. Here is a call rail snippet that shows you the actual calls. 206 first-time callers from YouTube. So proof is always better than promise. I just thought I'd show it to you. That's actually what's coming in the door. Now, I'm just like everybody here. I run ads. I do organic SEO. I do everything everybody else here is doing. And as a result of that, we've been able to grow, multi-seven-figure law firms. The problem, though, is it's kind of like, you ever feel like Google changes the rules all the time, right? They change the rules all the time. Do ad prices go down? They only ever go up. So if you ever turn the spigot off, you're back to ground zero. So I started asking the question, was organic dead? Is there a way to actually build your law firm through some type of organic content? And that's when I realized in 2020, I discovered YouTube was the answer. And as I began to dabble in YouTube, I looked and saw that other attorneys really weren't doing much in YouTube. Everybody follows the herd in the legal space. Everybody does what everybody else is doing. Very few people try anything that's different. So I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start creating content, but not this short form stuff. I always joke about this. It's like a hit of crack cocaine, right? You hit the crack, not that I know because I don't do that, but I'm just saying, you take a hit of that crack cocaine, and what does it do? Oh, yes, and then, it's all gone. There's nothing long-lasting about all of that. That's what short-form content is. But when you do longer-form content, it actually can be the only marketing tool that you create one time, and it's a digital asset. It increases in value over time. And I'll show you an example of that here in just a minute. And then here's the thing. If you use these organic videos right, listen to me on this, people miss this. If you use it the right way, you can place them on your website and you'll see an outsized increase in conversion rate optimization on your website. For the stuff you're already doing. You're already investing in your marketing. The power of video can multiply what you're already doing. As a result of that, I began to learn YouTube is the ultimate conversion tool. And by the way, I'm not against ads. Once you have an organic presence, this is a general rule, by the way. If your ads aren't working very well, there could be a good reason because you don't have a good organic presence. When you have a good organic presence, ads act like jet fuel. One compounds on the other. So this led to me being able to understand this was the answer. Now look, old lawyer marketing does not work. Let's go back in time, circa 2011 when I started my law firm. Now, what I did is, everybody wanted to do what? Let me just rank for organic SEO on Google, and let me rank in the maps, right? If you did that, you'd crush it now. I think I saw Jason Hennessy posted a post just recently, in the last 8 to 10 hours, where he showed that now on maps, they've removed some of the call feature on maps and only keep it on the paid above. So I saw that, and I was like, oh, here we go again, right? So if that continues to happen, one of the things that we have to do is now not just play the Google game. You've got to be omnipresent. You've got to have an omni-channel approach on almost everywhere so that you are seen, and what Neil Patel coined the phrase, search everywhere optimization, which means you need to have a presence in multiple platforms in multiple areas for people to understand you're their best solution. Because I want you to think about this. You make a decision, it's usually not just in one place. You might watch a video, then you'll do a Google search to see what kind of reviews this person has. And then if those reviews are good, you might hire them, you might call them to purchase from that place, not from where you first saw them. It's really important to understand that old approach is not working. So why choose YouTube? Number one, it's the second largest search engine in the world. Number two, 95% of people would much rather watch a video than read your blogs. Plain and simple. Number three, Think Media did a study that video content converts 25 to 35% better than anything you'll ever put in print. Number four, YouTube TV is growing. If we have any PI lawyers in here investing in TV advertising, that is a legacy media that is dying. Take cable TV, and TV is going down the toilet. It's not going to continue to be. The number one media platform in the world right now is YouTube. Okay? Then we get into it allows you to double dip. Who owns YouTube? Google. And we're all trying to play the Google game. Google just recently put out some information saying they're going to continue to put organic YouTube videos as one of their primary sources on AI results on searches. They are also going to prioritize more of their YouTube platform in their Google results. That's what Google is saying. So you can double dip. And then, by the way, if you want to fix something, and I'm terrible at fixing stuff, where do I go? I don't want to read somebody's blog about how to fix my sink. I'm going to go to YouTube. We'll pull up a video and watch some guy show me how to fix it. This is the platform people go to get their problem solved. And by the way, you create the right type of content, it can be evergreen. And by the way, your competition's not there. These are big reasons to jump in. So I'm going to give you 5 quick moves to improve your channel right now. Here is the 5 steps you can do to improve your channel. Number 1, understand your audience. And I'm going to go through these quickly. Number 2, earn the click. Number 3, search everywhere optimization. Number 4, we need to optimize for retention. Number 5, we need to optimize for revenue. Now, a lot of this doesn't mean much without context, so let's dive in. What do I mean by understanding your audience? Well, the first thing I want you to think of, everybody in here has a website. I bet if you were to go to your SEO people right now, they could tell you which one of your pages is crushing it. Which one of your practice area pages right now is doing a really good job, making you some money, flowing traffic. Do you have a high-quality, long-form video on that page? If you do not, you have a hole in the bottom of your funnel. So the first thing you can do is start creating practice area pages. And you say, but how do I create that, Jeff? Look right into the camera and talk to that camera like you're in a consultation. That's what you do. And by the way, that brings me to point 2. Give away your secrets. Far too many people are afraid. They want to hold stuff back and put it behind a paywall. There's this paradox where if you give away all of your secrets, people will want to buy your implementation, and it builds trust. Don't hold anything back. Give it all. You know the average length of my videos is between 15 and 25 minutes long. Really long, and they get millions of views, some of them. So the point of the matter is give away your secrets. And at YouTube Rainmakers, where we help attorneys with some of this process, what we do is we help them create what's called a market analysis. The market analysis is like a panoramic view on YouTube of other attorneys doing what you do. And from that, we learn what's working. You want a great book? Go read Steal Like an Artist. It's an amazing book. What that basically teaches you is that stealing like an artist, anybody who's ever done anything great takes and borrows from their predecessor, does a value add, and adds their personality to it, and it becomes something brand new. So one of the best ways to do that, I have criminal defense attorneys ripping off my YouTube channel all the time. That's fine. It's different for them because they're putting something together in a different way. One of the things you can do is learn from what's working on YouTube and then create what we call content pillars. These content pillars, if you've ever done YouTube, you try to create a video and you feel like you threw spaghetti on the wall and it didn't stick. You're like, why didn't this work? Because many times you don't know what your audience wants, and we want our audience, our viewer avatar, to be our customer avatar. We want those to be the same. That's the piece right here to understand your audience. Now I'm going to show you this in action. This is my STR Law Guys channel. My asset protection. Notice my content pillars. LLCs and real estate, trusts and estate planning, stories and scenarios, insurance and management. These are the content pillars that I followed the process on the slide before this. I came to this conclusion. Well, what does that lead to? What that led to is, notice up here on the top left, put everything in an LLC. There, what is that? It says, lawyer, avoid bad investor advice on moving property into an LLC. That is a story. Very few attorneys are doing this. Everyone in here, if you want to do a YouTube video, you should go watch that video. And the reason why, it's because it's a story approach that most attorneys are not using. And it's made me over $250,000 from one video. You know why? Because CPAs watch this video too. And guess who they're sending all their clients to for asset protection now? That's me, right? And all the short-term rental investors watch this. And they go, hey, this is a scenario that I'm trying to get an answer to. Let me do that too. So you do the same thing. Notice the next one. A trust is enough, right? That particular video, that's directly from trust and estate planning. That's part of my content pillars. The next one is a peer broke to creditors. That goes straight from LLCs and a combination of LLCs and trusts. But I'm not going outside of this. And by the way, I did a video recently, my most recent videos here. I broke my own rules. I talked about a subject to real estate deal that was not in my pillars. Guess how my video did? Right? I got to stick to my pillars because that's what my audience wants to see. So these are some examples of how you put this together. Now, everybody this is the one thing right now, if you want to take notes on, this is the best thing for you to do for your channel right here. This is the thing everyone struggles with. This is earning the click. You can have some of the most amazing content in the world, but if people don't click on your video, it does not matter because no one sees it. So what do? I'm going to give you quick rules. For thumbnails, everybody know what a thumbnail is. You see a picture of it here, an example of what I have on the screen. For thumbnails, the first is called the rule of three. What is the rule of three? The rule of three is please don't put more, as generally speaking, more than 3 things on your thumbnail to focus on. If you put more than 3 things to focus on your thumbnail, it becomes confusing. You got to think from the animal brain perspective here. If someone has to stop and think about what they're looking at, they're not going to click on it. They're just going to move on down the road. So no more than 3. See the video here that says, I just want to talk, and you see the red arrow in that boot? Right? Notice 3 things. I just want to talk, red arrow, and a boot. Only the 3 things. And you can go through here, but look at the video next to it, which is why I put it on there. We know it's you. I put more than 4 things on there. I put like 4 or 5 things to focus on, broke my own rule. The click-through rate between those 2 videos, the click-through rate on the I just want to talk video was 14.5%. The click-through rate on the we know it's you was 8.5%. Because I didn't follow my own rule. I know. Right. Sometimes I try to think I'm better than I am on that. So you got to follow the rules. The next thing is the 3 C's of thumbnails. When you put together a thumbnail, number 1, clarity. Please don't try to be smarter than everyone else when you do a thumbnail. Don't try to act like, ooh, I'm going to be real cute and funny on these thumbnails. No. Make it really, the 3 C's of thumbnails, you have to be clear. It's got to be instantly clear what this is about. When you look at that thumbnail, I just want to talk. What is it? You know exactly what this is about. It's a cop trying to shove his boot into your door, and he sounds kind of shady, right? I just want to talk. Then I want you to notice the second C is color. When's the last time you've ever seen a yellow door? I changed the color to yellow to contrast specifically so you could see the boot. The color added a good 2 percentage points to the thumbnail performance. Okay? Then finally, curiosity. You've got to create curiosity in your thumbnail. Don't give away everything in the thumbnail. Make it where it entices people to want to click. Now, some of you in here have seen thumbnail testing on your channels. Unless you're getting at least 1,000 views on each video, I encourage you not to use thumbnail testing. The reason why is it takes 14 days to complete a thumbnail test. Here's the problem. What if you don't get enough views and you last 14 days and your results are inconclusive? You've wasted the momentum on them. So if you're getting less than about 1,000 views on each video, don't use thumbnail testing. Start with your highest conviction thumbnail. If it performs well, awesome. If it doesn't, then you can begin to pivot to your other thumbnail options, okay? Now finally, I know I'm spending a lot of time going through this, but this is really important. Titles. Let me tell you what everybody in here does that makes the mistake. I did it for 18 months when I first started. You come up with a great thumbnail. You set it off to the side. You come up with a great title. You set it off to the side. Then you throw it together, and the whole video tanks. Don't do it that way. Here's what you do. Those of you that raised your hand, here's what you do. When I asked you if you have a YouTube channel, create your thumbnail first, your best thumbnail. Then have 3 or 4 titles. Look at your thumbnail. Look at your title. Which of these titles complements that thumbnail and creates an emotional trigger? You know, I sometimes into my channel, I'll have other people that I know, I'll ask them which one grabs their attention. And many times that will be the thing that unlocks the ability of your thumbnail to be clicked, okay? So I know I'm giving you a lot of information here. But as you do this, on your title, curiosity is king, but don't forget to use a little bit of SEO, okay? Because if you have a good keyword that you know will rank, then you can include that in your title. All right, I'm running out of time here. So YouTube search everywhere optimization. I'm going to give you some quick lessons that I learned. Number 1, beware the chasing views trap. When I talk to people that work with me at YouTube Rainmakers, they go, Jeff, how do I get 1 million views? And I'll say, let me ask you a question. Do you want 1 million views or do you want $1 million? Like, would you rather sign up clients or would you rather just get a bunch of vanity views? Be careful chasing views. You want to get the right eyeballs, not all the eyeballs, okay? And so that's one point. The next point is, notice this video up here, aggravated assault in Texas. That video has made me $1.2 million in the last 4 years. It still ranks for search. People still call me, and I get a new client every 4 to 6 weeks on average case value of $10,000. And you know why? Because it ranks for search. Strategically, it's evergreen content. So you want to focus on making sure you strategically rank your videos, but don't try to rank for all search terms. Pick the highest volume one that is related to your clients, people who are searching for this. No one's going to be looking for an aggravated assault video unless they got an aggravated assault problem, right? Who wants to sit around watching an aggravated assault video? Well, the people who are searching for it, they need me. So when we rank, that's when you get this type of result. And they're high commercial intent viewers. They're people who want to work with you. Now, here's the magic. Listen, once you do this, you've got your SEO done. You take this great video, put it strategically on your website, on content that's already converting. Then at YouTube Rainmakers, what we do is we take the best performing parts of those videos and repurpose them on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn, all the other platforms. These platforms are really smart. They're so smart, they know your IP address. If you watch my content in one place, what do you think they're going to show if I have content on another place? All of a sudden you're going to be like, I can't get this guy out of here. This guy shows up everywhere. That's what you want. You're now omnipresent. That's where all this starts to come together. So finally, as I'm running out of time here, I'm looking down at the screen. Scripting here. This is one of the big questions people have asked me. Jeff, how do you script your videos? I'm going to give you the 3-step hook formula very quickly. This will make the biggest difference in your videos in the first 30 seconds of your videos if you do what I just showed you right now. Number 1, the first sentence out of your mouth must hook them with curiosity. Say something compelling. Say something that makes people maybe against conventional wisdom, that grabs them, right? That's number 1. Sentence number 2, you need to set the stakes. You have to say something after you hook them that makes the viewer realize they have more to lose by not watching your video than by taking the time to watch it. Like, oh my God, this affects me? I need to keep watching. Then sentence number 3 needs to give them the grand payoff. I'm Jeff Hampton, the people's lawyer. In this video, I'm going to show you X, Y, and Z. And stick around to the end, because if you wait around, I'm going to give you a resource that once you download it, you'll be able to know exactly what to do if you find yourself in this situation. Well, now there's a reason to stick around. I know what I'm going to get when I go all the way through this. I saw a 20% increase or more in my retention when I started following a very systemized practice of following this strategy right here. Then jump into your content. Don't mess around. I see so many attorney videos that have like wind-ups and stuff like that, like big, beautiful graphics and all that. Don't do that. Just jump right into the content. And then the rest of these things are a little short. Every time you want to say but, let's say you got 3 points. We want to do this, right? Point number 1 and point number 2. And point number 3, replace it with but. We just covered point number 1. But did you know that if X, Y, and Z, that might not even help you? That brings me to point number 2. Well, now I have a reason to keep watching. It's a transitional strategy, okay? Then, everybody write this down if you want to really learn about this. There's a guy named Ed Lawrence. His name's Ed Lawrence. He has a great channel called Film Booth. On Film Booth, he will show you different ways to use analogies and other illustrations. And I'm telling you, when you do this, it's amazing. It will help you create visuals that will have people continue to watch. Finally, optimize for revenue. I know I'm a little over here. Optimize for revenue. What do we mean by this? Netflix your YouTube channel. You want to Netflix your YouTube channel? What happens when you watch Netflix? At the end of an episode, does it make you start all over to go back and watch the next episode? It just runs right into the next one. That's what the in-stream strategies do. So I'm going to show you an example of that, but can I tell you, if you don't have call tracking numbers, if you don't have descriptions, if you don't have call to actions in your descriptions, then you're not going to close business. You're going to get views, but you won't make money. So it's really important to understand these strategies that I'm going to show you. Here's an illustration. Now, I know it's really hard to see. You see down there at the bottom, you see where it says Hampton Law, and you see that phone number? That's a call tracking number that's there the entire time. Then you can complement that with the description. Look down at the description where it says, get your special offer to set up your LLC and asset protection now. I use copy that invites them for me to solve their problem. And then I push them right to a booked call. I'm not saying very many attorneys doing this. People are not going to do what you want them to do unless you tell them to do it. So you have to put this in your video and in your description. So, end screen. Notice this right here as I finish. Notice what it says. The goal is to Netflix your channel. I just finished this video and notice what I did. I said, we just covered 5 must-have items to put in your box before you die. That's what the video is about. But what if you are relying on a trust to protect your estate? Did you know that there are mistakes that could cost your family millions if you don't make the right moves? Check out this next video where I break down the mistakes that could cost your family millions and exactly how to avoid them. And then I point to the video and I tell them to click it. I have some videos that have a 20% click-through rate on the end screen. When you do that, you create a feedback loop. You Netflix your channel. So this is the example of what I'm telling you right now. If you implement these strategies, you will see an outsized return on it. So finally, the last thing I want to cover here, why wouldn't you jump into YouTube? This is what, you know Mr. Beast, right? Mr. Beast said this: in the next few years, service businesses will finally wake up to the power of YouTube to transform and grow their business. Businesses that leverage YouTube early will have a huge advantage that will carry them years into the future. Look, here's the deal. There's only 3 reasons why people don't do it. Number 1, they don't think it works. I just showed you it does. Number 2, they think they can't do it. Go watch my early videos. They're embarrassing. Okay? If I can do it, you can do it. Then number 3, you just don't know how to start. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I'm here, but also there is a way to get started, and you need to know to jump into this. I believe this is the one thing that people will look back on in 5 years and wish they had jumped into, because that's where the puck is going. So I appreciate the time, and I'm sorry I'll give you back. I had 3 minutes over. Appreciate it.
MaxLawCon is this October in Atlanta, and early bird tickets are live right now. If you've ever wondered what we actually cover at this event, it's nearly everything that goes into the business of running a law firm. Because at this level, it's about putting all the pieces together the right way. If you've got a vision for your firm that's bigger or just better systems, more organized, more profitable, or more self-sufficient, this is the room that helps you make those shifts and build momentum in the right direction. Go to MaxLawCon.com and grab your ticket today.